Well, hello and welcome back to Producer Dan. Thanks for stopping by my channel. So today I'm going to be recording this song, The Books of History, the song I just finished writing. If you missed the video, I invite you to watch that one first. I do write the song in front of the camera, basically, over a course of 3 or 4 days. Now the song was supposed to be an enthusiastic song about my YouTube channel. That was the intention, but I was open to anything. And so the music took me down this other path, and I decided I wanted to write a song about isolation. So it ended up to be kind of a sad, solemn song, and that's okay. That's fine. I love the song. It came out perfectly. It's a beautiful song. Right now I have a demo of just the voice and piano and a click track. And actually, I've been listening to the song over the last, well, maybe it's been 5 or 6 days now. But I take it out on my walks, and I've listened to it over and over again. And I'm afraid I have what you might call, or what some people call, demo-itis, where I've kind of fallen in love with the demo. Even with these sour notes that I've hit, I'm in love with the song the way it is now. So I'm hesitant to move forward. I'm afraid I'm going to screw it up. I'm afraid that this rendition of the song won't have the magic parts that I did catch in the demo. When I was singing the song in the demo, I really felt it. Yes, I hit a couple of sour notes. But, you know, it's not supposed to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect. And, well, anyway, I'm going to move beyond my fear. I'm going to continue. I'll always have the demo. If this doesn't come out well, I'll always have the demo, right? So, but anyway, so we're going to go into Pro Tools. I'm going to open up Expand, and we're going to audition different pad sounds. I want to start with the pad sound first to kind of set the landscape. And then we will move on from there. Okay, so here we are, and I've just kind of auditioned some virtual instrument sounds in Pro Tools in what we have here called Expand, that comes with Pro Tools, and it has everything that you could ever need or want. And the first one is this one called Soft Squarish. I think it's subtle. I think it'd be nice in the background. There's one called Guitar Pad. Takes me forever to find them. There it is. Okay. I wrote that down just in case I needed some rhythmic, or in case I'm going to do like a musical riff in the beginning, just like what I did there. That's what's coming to me now anyway. But now let's go to Simple Sine. S-I-N-E. That one sounds just like my doorbell. Again, that's an option. There is one called Kapow, and I'm using it as a kind of a sub-bass sound. I think it suits what I'm going for. This is kind of a solemn, sad song about isolation. So the next one I've circled, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to use this one. It's called Sea Spray. And the reason I like it, it's got a little bit of distortion. It sounds pretty, but it sounds a little off. It sounds a little distorted. I think that suits the song. It gives me that pad, but it also gives me a little bit of this trouble, you know. So I have circled that one. Now this next one is called Blend Solo Violin 2 Piccolo Plus. I think that would be nice later on in the song, in the bridge, just to give a little little back melody, a little bit of support. Maybe not up front, maybe in the background. There's bright pads. I have a few of those. I'll go through those quickly. The first one I wrote down was bright. I'm assuming HPF stands for high pass filter sweep. I think I thought I would use that for a transition part of the song, either at the end, at the beginning, or just before the bridge. Just use it as kind of a transitional sound. Next one is called Blend Brass 2 Strings. It's brassy, but it's got a lot of like a French horns and trombones and tuba sounds that I plan to use in the bridge. So it still has a synth sound, but it still has a bit of that traditional, you know, that we'll have some soaring strings and we'll have this kind of coming up from underneath. So that's why I've written that down. I'm circling that. Next one is called Orchestral. Whew, this is tiny. There it is. So that might have a place. I was looking for some strings, and if I'm going with like a synth sound, then I could certainly use those. And then, they also have a high pass filter strings pad, which I shall show you now. I don't know. I'm crossing that one off. Nope. I think we've got the ones I want to work with. So there we are. And I'm going to start tracking, and I'll show you some of that as well. So stay tuned. All right, so welcome to the tracking portion of this video. I got my good camera on now, so I won't be making you watch me through my through my FaceTime computer camera anymore. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm not going to make you watch me track the entire song with all of these instruments. So I thought I would just go to the bridge since everything is happening there. Sometimes I'll be using the controller. I have that in front of me right now. And what I sometimes like to do is first track them using the controller and then go back and adjust and add harmonies. I have already put down the bass, so you can see that there. There's still this shaker in the background as well. I think the first thing I want to do is put in that brass. So we'll go to the bridge. What I like to do is have sometimes these brass and string elements actually mimic what the vocal's doing to support it. Like, for example, in this song, in this bridge, the vocal goes, and it blew away, and some blew away, and that repeats. So I'd like to have and I'll even have another brass track support that. But I want it to start out strong, but get stronger, and then fade. So after we do the brass track, we'll do some strings. All right, so here we go. Of history, say, I remember where I was when the world surrendered. I held on and locked the door when gravity upended and some blew away. When all beliefs suspended and some blew away. And all our stories ended and some blew away. So you heard how that, how this brass, it's a synth brass. So it starts out very brassy, but listen to what it does. It kind of turns into this kind of airy synth sound, which I like, especially at this part because, and it blew away, and it turns, and listen to what this does. it turns into strings almost. And then I can manipulate that. I can make it kind of fade. Now that brass track, I've laid it down. I'm moving on. I'm going to change it later, obviously. Not change it, but manipulate it, adjust, maybe even add a second. Actually, I'm going to do that now. We'll just take this brass track and we'll go to track. We'll duplicate. And all I want to do is duplicate the inserts, sends. So I'm going to hit OK. I'm just going to change this to brass. I think low, because I want to go low here. So let's initiate the track. All right, I'm going to throw something down and kind of manipulate that later. Here we go. Press and record. Of history, say, I remember where I was when the world surrendered. I held on and locked the door when gravity upended and some blew away. And all beliefs suspended and some blew away. And all our stories ended and some blew away. Okay, it wasn't perfect, but it was in the ballpark, and that's kind of what I want to do, and I will go back and manipulate those, turn them down, turn them up, take some out, put some back in. We can do that now, actually. So I'm going to turn the low brass off, mute that. We'll just go in. Ending of today, what will the books of history say? I remember where I... Okay, so this note starting out could be better. Now we'll just change this. Wah. That's kind of where we should start, and it can go into that. Let's listen to that. I remember where I was when the world surrendered. I held on and locked the door when gravity upended and some blew away. When all beliefs suspended and some blew away. I think this could be improved. The thing is with these types of horns, sometimes they don't move that fast naturally. Sometimes they're just meant to hold longer notes rather than pop, 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 pop. So it can sound unnatural if you make them do too much. All beliefs suspended and some blew away. I'm going to just try and fix it a little bit, that's all. If you make the notes shorter, it might sound better. Suspended and some blew away. And all our stories ended and some blew away. Okay, I'm going to move on from that. Let's go to the harmony track and see if we can improve that. Say, I remember where I was. I've got both of these notes hitting. I'm going to take these out. This will be harmony that'll come in later. Say, I remember where I was when the world surrendered. I held on. That's nice. Maybe we could wait on this. When the world surrendered, I held on and locked the door when gravity upended and some blew away. And all beliefs suspended and some blew away. I think the top one's doing that too. Maybe we'll have this go up. Try that. And some blew away. And all our stories ended and some blew away. Yeah, that's it. Okay, same here. These need to be turned down. And all our stories ended and some blew away. Okay. I think it'd be fun to maybe do this guitar pad now. So let's do a couple rehearsal runs and see what sounds good. First of all, let me turn down those brass. We've got them all the way up. See, what would sound good? I want chimes. So these will just be single notes hitting just bum, bum, kind of chimey. Of history, say, I remember where I was when the world surrendered. I held on and locked the door when gravity upended and some blew away. When all beliefs suspended and some blew away. And all our stories ended and some blew away. Okay, again, that was going to be adjusted, but that does kind of, you know, it puts down that first draft. And I just love to go back in and adjust MIDI anyway. I'll do it anyway. So, but that's the spirit of what I like to do here. All right, so next I'm going to add this kapow, but I'm going to do a higher version of it. You can hear there's 2 notes for each of those. I don't know if that's a 4th or a 5th. And I wanted to mention, I know it's getting to sound like it's a little crowded right now, because I'm adding a lot of stuff on top of everything, and nothing's really been EQ'd. I've knocked a little bit off the kapow, just the bottom, but so not much. So that'll all be dealt with down the road. We are just getting all the instruments now, and then I'll pan them, turn them up and down, and then EQ them as well. So anyway, let's do this kapow. Of history, say, I remember where I was when the world surrendered. I held on and locked the door when gravity upended and some blew away. When all beliefs suspended and some blew away. And all our stories ended and some blew away. Okay. I'm going to go with this orchestra low. That sounds very brassy too. So the reason I'm including it is I can go all the way down to, but I want them to come in just at that very end part of the bridge. I know it's sounding like it's getting piled up, but I'll sort it out later. Again, it's coming in the, like halfway through the bridge. When the world surrendered, I held on and locked the door when gravity upended and some blew away. And all beliefs suspended and some blew away. And all our stories ended and some blew away. Okay. So I'm happy with that. We're moving on. The next part I have is the strings. Very simple. I'm just going to do the whole thing. Later on, I'll finesse them. I'll hold notes longer. It's something I like to do. Just of history, say, I remember where I was when the world surrendered. I held on and locked the door when gravity upended and some blew away. And all beliefs suspended and some blew away. And all our stories ended and some blew away. Okay, I couldn't hear them very much. I still have that. The orchestra, the brass is still pretty loud. I'm going to turn some of that down. Of history, say, I remember where I was when the world surrendered. I held on and locked the door when gravity upended and some blew away. And all beliefs suspended. hear that low orchestra kick in? Okay. Now, one thing I've decided is not to use the Sea Spray or the Gentleman. I did want to use the solo violin now. I may even feature it in the beginning and then have everything else come up. So let's go ahead and throw that down. Of history, say, I remember where I was when the world surrendered. I held on and locked the door and grabbed. Nope, I screwed up. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do that again. It's a pretty sound though, isn't it? Of history, say, I remember where I was when the world surrendered. I held on and locked the door when gravity upended and some blew away. When all beliefs suspended and some blew away. And all our stories ended and some blew away. Okay. Happy with that. That's going to be nice. So that's what I have planned for that. So I have finished tracking the song. I've actually mixed the song. I'm not going to put guitar in this song. It doesn't need it. I have decided to keep the demo piano part. There's nothing wrong with that piano part. I'm not going to play it any differently or better than that. And the vocal, like I said, I became very attached to it, so I'm keeping the vocal. I've tuned the vocal a little bit. I have done a little adjusting to a line I said in the chorus. I don't know if this is important or not, but in the second chorus, I said, yeah, so kind of ad-libbed, but I think that belonged in the third chorus, so I switched those two lines. It's not noticeable. It makes more sense where I would do that at the very end of the song, so that sounds better. I'd planned to do that anyway if I kept that vocal. So yes, if you like this content, if you like the video, if you love the song, please give us a thumbs up. Every little bit helps. And subscribe to the channel, as I will put out videos like this every Sunday. And without further ado, here is the Books of History. Cut off and recluse, I'm here with my view of trees waving in the wind that cloak the place that I hide in. I lace up my shoes, step out of my room. The souls I meet wave to me, kindness through their masks I see. Breathe through the silence, reach through the darkness, find a way. What will the books of history say? Make sense of the senseless, embrace the ending of today. What will the books of history say? And my TV, it watches me eat and sleep and wake again in comforting illumination. I talk to myself, I find that it helps keep some order in my mind. I'm gonna let it slide this time. Breathe through the silence, reach through the darkness. darkness find a way? What will the books of history say? Make sense of the senseless. Embrace the ending of today. What will the books of history say? I remember where I was when the world surrendered. I held on and locked the door when gravity upended and some blew away. With all beliefs suspended and some blew away. And all our stories ended and some blew away. Breathe through the silence. Reach through the darkness, find a way. What will the books of history say? Make sense of the senseless, yeah. Embrace the ending of today. What will the books of history say?